is going honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Alright, Shalom. All praise is going honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the elect worldwide that believe in this truth. This is another Mark of the Beast lesson, giving more updated news on the RFID microchip and the different implants available to just push out that vibration of the chip, okay, or the Mark of the Beast. This is from the DallasObserver.com, and it's entitled "Body Hackers and Bioengineers Are Trying to Make DFW a Hub of Implantable Electronics." All right, and this is a pretty long article. There's a lot of key points in here that I did want to bring out, so I'm just going to bring them out. I'm gonna read a couple of paragraphs and pull out some scriptures. It says, Ryan Mills snaps black surgical gloves on his hands and plucks a syringe off a paper shrouded tray. Its 10-gauge needle gleams under the fluorescent lights. Its 10-gauge needle gleams under the fluorescent lights. Hidden inside the tip is a half-inch long electronic implant. It says Mills prepares for the procedure with professional quickness and ease that come with experience. He's done more than 50 implants in 2015 here at the Skin Art Gallery Tattoo Parlor in Addison. I believe that's in Texas. Okay. It says Mills' ears, stretched to accommodate platters, today are adorned with brass rings that dangle just past his jawline. The empty, elongated lobes sway a little as he preps the table. All right. So he's a tattoo artist that's been given these different implants to different so-called microchip enthusiasts, okay, on the underground level, all right? It says Anthony E., the implant's 37-year-old recipient, eyes the syringe. His skin has been inked with tattoos, right? Now, you so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans get heavy into tattoos, okay? And now the scripture says getting tattoos or printing marks upon yourselves or cutting to your flesh is against the Most High's law. And he can destroy you for that. And he will destroy you for that. Okay? And getting this chip is no different. Because what's to come down the pipe is the RFID microchip is going to become mandatory. These different implants are going to become mandatory. And that's just going to lead you to your destruction. Alright? It says his skin has been inked with tattoos, flayed and branded for aesthetic scarring and punctured with fish hooks. His tongue's been split in two and his arms are lumped with ridges and shapes. Yo, man, these Edomites are heavy into body modification, man, because they're trying to be something they're not. They're wicked. They're totally ass backwards from how the Most High created the nation of Israel. That's why they're the wicked, and that's why they got to go into slavery, and ultimately be destroyed. Okay? That's why this whole world has to be destroyed, man. And the major catalyst to play a major part in the Most High ending this society as we know it is this devil pushing out this microchip, these implants, mandatorily. Okay? It says his tongue's been split in two and his arms are lumped with ridges and shapes. Silicone implants that he says were installed in protracted, bloody procedures. I'm a big fan of sensation, Anthony says. He's a social worker who asked we not include his last name. It's not really about how extreme this sensation is. I just want to know what these things feel like. You know, so-called white man has a horrible spirit, man. And for all you guys that say that the white man could make it, yo, fuck you, man. Okay? And may Yahweh Shah destroy you. That goes for Rakaji or CC. That goes for you other so-called all nations amongst Israel advocates. The Lord going to destroy you, man. Okay? Because he's going to show you how much of a damn devil he is, man. All right? But I don't want to just rant. Let's go into the article and pull this information out because this is some good stuff, man. All right? 2016, the chip is on its way to being pushed out there. It says, for someone with his advanced experience with body modification, the impending quick jab of a needle should be simple. But this time there's a difference. his implant would be no mere ornament. He's receiving a radio frequency identification implant. Alright? He hopes to use his implanted device to guard his Android. When he brings the phone close to his hand, it will induce a current in the chip, which will transmit the code that unlocks the phone. The implant itself, encased in a capsule of biosafe glass, requires no power. Alright, so he's got this chip implanted into his hand. Alright? Now let's see what the scripture has to say about that. Let's see what it has to say, because this is the mark of the beast, because there's going to be all types of information let's get into this. Let's go. Blue Letter Bible. Alright. Let's get this scripture, man. Alright. And like I said, there's going to be all types of information being pushed on this chip. So this is Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So there you go. This guy had a chip in his hand, and it says eventually he's going to cause all. I mean, this system. Everybody's going to get this chip, but right now it's an underground thing. Okay, it's an underground movement. But things are going to move, real fast, real quick. All right, so let me see if I can pull this article back up. All right, let's pull this article back up. Recent tabs. Here we go. Alright. I say you're not trying to let this information get pushed out here, but it doesn't matter, okay? It's going to be pushed out here because the truth must be known so the elect can get it. Alright, so let's go back into the article. Speaking about this guy getting this implant, this radio frequency identification chip. Right? So let's go down. Let's get some more. Here's the images here. Alright? It says scenes from a microchip implantation. Ryan Mills of Skin Art Gallery in Addison injects a mail order radio frequency identification chip into Anthony E. Right? And it says, right, it shows him getting this chip into his, I guess that's his left hand. Right? But it doesn't matter really what hand you get it, the chip in. If you get the chip, the Lord's going to destroy you anyway. Alright? Right or left. Okay? So let's read this here. It says Dallas is at the center of two movements, right? Now, this is speaking about Dallas, Texas. And you got the GMS brothers out there in Dallas pushing the word. So Dallas is becoming a major scene for these underground chip implants being placed into these different people with these tattoos and things, or body modifications or whatever. So like I said, it's underground now, but the scripture says it's going to become a mainstream thing. All right. It says Dallas is at the center of two movements that are each trying to bring implants to the mainstream. Right. Tattoo artists and technophiles head one, and well-heeled university neurologists, those that deal with the brain, and medical device engineers form the vanguard of the other. All right. And in the Obamacare or the Affordable Health Care Act, it called for Class 2 implantable devices be a part of the healthcare bill, and that there would be a registry, okay, for those that got these implants. All right, so the hell with Nate and the IUIC, these scoffers and these other naysayers, man. Okay, the chip, Lord willing, 2016 will become mandatory. All right, Lord willing, that takes place. Okay. It says the fringe commercial types who design and inject mail order devices into their bodies call themselves grinders. The high end researchers with advanced degrees and government contracts call themselves bioengineers. They have radically different approaches, but they're actually pulling humanity, like I read in Revelation 13 and 16, he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive that mark, okay, in the right hand or in the foreheads. Right? So it says they have radically different approaches, but they're actually pulling humanity in the same direction toward a fusion of hardware and wetware by incorporating technology into the body. All right? The prime driver of both of these movements is the shrinking size of wireless electronics. Implanted electronic devices are not new. Surgeons in Sweden installed the first heart pacemakers in 1958, and researchers first implanted cochlear implants to mitigate hearing loss in the 1970s. But this is the iPhone generation, and electronics have grown small and powerful enough to appear in some unlikely places. So there you go. Okay? And one of those places is your right hand. Okay? It says, like inside your pet's bodies. Veterinarians and shelters offer microchips for dogs and cats that contain information about the animal's owners. So they can put whatever information they want into these chips, okay? Whether it's medical, whether it's your address, your identification, like your license, your driver's license, whatever, okay? Financial records, anything can go into this chip, man, okay? People are already using the chip to buy things, by the way. So once again, the hell with Nate and the IUIC, Johanna and ISUPK, all right, and these other lost Israelites, okay? The fact of the matter remains the chip is the mark of the beast, all right? It says the SPCA of Texas chips all its adoptable animals. When a lost animal arrives at the Pounder Clinic, staff scan the animal for a microchip and retrieve information they compare with an online registry, which contains the owner's contact data. The wayward critter gets to go home. And that's the same thing that they want to do to you people. Okay? You so-called citizens of the earth. That's what the elite want to do, man. Okay? Because, they use you like pets. Okay? Certain places like America and other territories, Britain, you got these registries and there's all these different, social security numbers and things like that, where you're a part of a system where the chip is just going to centralize everything. Okay? Everything that you have now, paper-wise or whatever, is going to be put into this chip, okay? Now you got this guy here. He's a part of this chip movement, all right? It says Amal Grafstra says his company, Dangerous Things, sold thousands of syringe and implant kits in 2015. Dangerous Things, and you can see the Illuminati pyramid of Dangerous Things, their logo, their symbol now. So he was a part of pushing this chip, and it says Dangerous Things. So for you idiots out there that can't read between the lines, man, fuck you, man. Okay? Because you're too dumb to see, through the spiritual eye, man. Okay? The microchip is a dangerous thing. It's going to get you killed by the Most High, Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, and Son. Alright? But we're that much closer to the chip. So Lord willing, this is that year. It says the state of Texas oversees implants under the same rules for licensing, record keeping, and reporting infections applied to piercing. Anyone can buy the syringe and implants on Dangerous Things' website, but the company suggests going to a doctor or licensed body piercer. The company, based near Seattle, doesn't bother to claim its implants are proven to be safe. Its website bluntly states that this device has not been tested or certified by any regulatory agency for implantation or use inside the human body. Use of this device is strictly at your own risk. That's why eventually the government and the medical field is going to pick it up and push it um, in its own satanic way. It says Amal Grosser, the founder of Dangerous Things, has provided a global community of body hackers the ability to buy and inject implanted electronics. Grosser, who has an implant in each hand, says business is booming. We've sold thousands and the pace is increasing, he says, and I think we'll have some very interesting things to show off in 2016. All right? So let me scroll down. It says 10 miles away from the Skin Art Gallery on the campus of the University of Texas, Dallas, Rob Reniker holds a half-inch aluminum ceramic cylinder in his palm. The ceramic is black, but the cylinder is capped on each end with bright titanium. Inside this casing is a circuit board the size of the sliver of white at the base of his pinky nail. He designed this device to be implanted in a patient's neck where it can help heal brains ravaged by a stroke or other damage. He anticipates doing this in late 2016. So, look, man, this year 2016 is going to be a major year, okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, mainly for this chip thing, because you already got World War III brewing up through the crisis in Syria, okay? You got your opposing sides, U.S., Russia, NATO, BRICS is devouring the dollars we speak. So big things are going to happen this year, man, all right? And we're just in January. It says, we hope that in 12 to 18 months, this will be ready for clinical trials. Reniker says, this changes neurology, this changes rehab, this changes everything. Because everything in the New World Order is going to be centered around this microchip taking place. And once that happens, things are going to happen real fast, man. And then the end shall come. Once this gospel is preached, okay? It says, understanding what is happening in this lab requires a crash course in brain science 101. The brain is a massive bundle of cells called neurons, 100 billion of them more or less. Okay? Okay? And that's the point. They want to use this microchip to basically stimulate the brain. It says planting electrodes into the brain is incredibly invasive, dangerous, and expensive. Instead, the bioengineers at UTD are using a backdoor into the brain through the vagus nerve in the side of the neck. It travels from the brain stem through the neck and into the abdomen, one of the central highways of a mammal's nervous system. By attaching an implant on this nerve, neural engineers can hack people's brains without opening their skulls. Like in scripture it says they're going to implant this mark into their right hand or in their foreheads, dealing with your brain. Okay? It says the vagus nerve is God's gift to neuroscience. This is Dr. Michael Kilgard, a professor of neuroscience at UTD. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, man, the white man's a fucking devil, man. Okay? And I'm being blunt and passionate through the spirit because we're almost up out of here, man. And I'm seeing clearly that this is soon to come, man. Okay? And here's the brain chip here. It says UT Dallas Rob Reniker stands in front of a new building where his device lab will work on shrinking the size of vagus nerve implants, new and current, larger implant upper right. These go into the neck of a patient so that neurologists like Dr. Mike Kilgard upper right can design therapies. So, they're pushing this thing, man. It's a little bit more I wanted to get. Like I said, this is a real good article, and it's pretty long, but it's a good read. Here we go. It says Dallas's work on implants has also attracted the attention of the Pentagon. Right? Because spoke about the government. It says last month, the Texas Biomedical Device Center landed a $6.5 million research contract with the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, DARPA. to study treatments of post-traumatic stress disorder, because they want to use the soldiers as well as a group, Princess Microchip as well, so these soldiers can keep fighting. All right, um, to deal with their post-traumatic stress. This is the DARPA grant will provide support for research at 9 labs at UTD and a team of about 30 researchers, including professors, postdoctoral researchers, graduate students, and engineers. All right. It says the goal is to prove in preclinical trials, rat studies, that VNS can mitigate fear responses in the brain. Because if these soldiers have no fear when they fight, then they'll be like killer robots, man. And as the scripture says in 2 Ezra 16th chapter, they shall be like madmen sparing none. Because they're coming after Jake, man. They're coming after our people, mainly us brothers of GMS. But the Spirit of the Lord will be with this elect. Okay? But this is what they want to do. It says rodents naturally avoid bright open spaces, so if they can do tasks in that environment, researchers can claim the fear response has been tamped down. It says the DARPA grant is part of the large brain research through advancing innovative neurotechnologies program, which Obama had previously spoke about, okay, and put his stamp of approval upon, all right, through the orders of the elites, okay. It says DARPA. It says the DARPA grant is a part of the large brain research through advancing innovative neurotechnologies, which the acronym is BRAIN. It says a program that the National Institutes of Health launched in 2013. So yes, the Obama administration is directly funding research into implants that are designed to alter people's brains. Conspiracy theorists take note. Right? And that's pretty self-explanatory. And it goes into some more, man. I'm gonna leave a link to this article because it goes into other types of wearable technologies and things like that, going into the brain implant, cybernetic implants. You got this guy here building an implant. But the point has been made, man. 2016 is going to be a big year for the microchip, and they're pushing heavily. I'm just scrolling. So with that, I'm gonna end the lesson here, man. Yo, the chip is on its way. Um, Continue to look out for more information on it. They're pushing the microchip within your hand and within your brain. Okay, the government's a part of it. Obama's approved it. It's in the Affordable Health Care Bill, and they're making moves on that. The TSA is making moves on the Real ID. Things are moving fast already this year. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect brothers out there, all the brothers in the camps. Lord willing, that this is the year. And until the next lesson, I'm going to say Shalom.